4. Autobiography of APJ Abdul Kalam. Children, this is the fourth lesson in the course book, and now we will do the workbook part for this lesson, and the lesson's name is Autobiography of APJ Abdul Kalam. The first section here is understanding the text. A. Tick the correct answers. This is the first bit. In this bit, we have to tick the correct answer for these incomplete sentences. Each sentence is given 3 options. Among these 3 options, we have to select the correct option and put the tick mark for the specific option. 1. Jainulabdin was a good human being who willingly helped dash. And for this, the 3 options are A. Those who met him with an appointment. B. Those who were only related to him. C. All. So, the correct answer for this sentence is C. All. We will put a tick mark for the option C. Jainulabdin was a good human being who willingly helped all. 2. I normally ate with my mother sitting on dash. And the options here are A. The floor of the kitchen. B. The bed of the bedroom. C. The dining table. And the correct answer here is A. The floor of the kitchen. So we will put a tick mark for option A here. I normally ate with my mother sitting on the floor of the kitchen. 3. Abdul Kalam's father was strict and dash. The options here are A. Avoided spending on comforts that were not necessary or on luxuries. B. Discourage everyone else from spending on luxuries. C. Disliked every kind of comfort. So, among these 3 options, the correct answer is A, and so we will put the tick mark for option A here. Abdul Kalam's father was strict and avoided spending on comforts that were not necessary or on luxuries. And this is about bit A. Now we will move to the next bit. The next bit here is answer the following questions. Here we have some questions. We have to read the question and write the answer for each question. 1. Where was Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam born? Write the names of his parents. The answer for this question is Dr. Abdul Kalam was born in the town of Rameswaram in the former Madras state. His father was Jainulabdin and mother was Ashiyamma. 2. Why was the lineage of Abdul Kalam's mother considered to be distinguished? The answer for this question is the lineage of Abdul Kalam's mother was considered to be distinguished as one of her forebears had been bestowed with the title of Bahadur by the British. 3. Where would Abdul Kalam's father take him every evening? Why? The answer for this question is Abdul Kalam's father would take him to a very old mosque in their locality for evening prayers. These are the 3 questions and the answers for these questions. Children, you can write these answers in your workbook. And now we will move to the next question. 4. Who waited outside the mosque for Abdul Kalam's father after the prayers were over and why? The answer for this is people of different religions would be waiting outside the mosque. They would offer bowls of water to his father to dip his fingers in them and say a prayer. This water was then carried home for invalids. 5. Who was very close friend of Jainulabdin? What would they usually discuss? The answer for this question is the high priest of Rameshwaram temple, Pakshi Lakshmana, was a very close friend of Jainulabdin. They would usually discuss spiritual matters together. And these are the answers for the 4th and 5th questions. You can write in your workbook. The next section here is word search. One word substitution. Substituting a word or a phrase for a group of words without changing the meaning of the words is known as one word substitution. Example, a person who cannot read or write is known as illiterate. So here children, substituting a word or a phrase or for a group of words without changing the meaning of the words is known as one word substitution. And example is a person who cannot read or write is known as illiterate. We will do some examples for this one word substitution. And the examples here are, we will do the A bit. Give one word for each group of words or phrases. Here these are phrases, or they are also called group of words, and for each group of words we will give one word which explains the phrase. 1. A set of pages showing the days, weeks and months of a particular year, and this is called a calendar. So for this whole phrase, one word we can use, that is calendar. What is a calendar? It is a set of pages showing days, weeks and months of a year. 2. A large expensive book with a lot of pictures in it, and that is a coffee table book. So a coffee table book is the one which has lot of pictures in it and it is an expensive book. 3. Poems, stories or other pieces of writing that are published together in a book, and that is called a literature. So a literature is nothing else than a book which has poems or stories or other pieces of writing. That is called a literature. 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 This is pronounced as literature. 4. A book about your life that you write yourself. So writing about your own life, that book is called as autobiography. Autobiography is a book about one's life writing by oneself. 5. A book of maps. It is called an atlas. An atlas is nothing but a book of maps. And these are the one word substitutions. These are one word substitutions given for this group of words or phrases. And now we will move to the next bit. The next bit under word search is B. Use your dictionary and find out the difference between the two words and make sentences with both the words. Now children, we have to use a dictionary and find the difference between these two words when they are used as different forms. Now first word is wide, and when this word is used an adjective, what is the meaning? And now we will make sentences. So now when wide is used an adjective, this is the meaning: having a larger distance from one side to the other. And now when this wide is used an adjective, the sentence is: the stream is about 4 feet wide here. This is the sentence. Now, second time when wide is used an adverb, what is the meaning? As much as possible. So, when wide is used as an adverb, the meaning is as much as possible. And now here the sentence with the word wide is, stand with your legs wide apart, then touch the floor. This is the sentence. This is the sentence with the word wide when used as an adverb. Now 3. Place. So this word when used as verb, what is the meaning? To put something somewhere. When used as verb, the meaning of place is to put something somewhere. And now the sentence here is, place all the ingredients in a mixing bowl and add water. This is the sentence for this place when used as verb. 4. Place when used as a noun. What is the meaning? An area or a position. So, the word place when used as noun, the meaning is an area or a position. Now, the sentence formed here is, keep your credit card in a safe place. So, this is a sentence formed with using place as a noun form. Keep your credit card in a safe place. So, this is about the B bit under word search. Now we will move to the next bit. The next bit under word search, C. Write 2 synonyms for the following words. Here 8 words are given, and for these words we will write the synonyms. Synonyms are the same meaning words. The words given here are generous, secular, tolerant, pious, broad-minded, austere, understanding, loving. 1. Generous. The synonyms are helpful, acceptable. 2. Secular. The synonyms are non-religious and worldly. 3. Tolerant. The synonyms are forgiving, kind-hearted. 4. Pious. Sacred, priestly. These 2 are synonyms. 5. Broad-minded. The synonyms are flexible, open-minded. 6. Austere. The synonyms are strict, rigid. 7. Understanding. The synonyms are forgiving and sympathetic. 8. Loving. Here the synonyms are affectionate and caring. So children, for these words we have written the synonyms here. For each word we have written 2 synonyms. Generous, helpful, acceptable. Secular, non-religious, worldly. Tolerant, forgiving and kind-hearted. Pious, sacred, priestly. Broad-minded, flexible, open-minded. Austere, strict, rigid. Understanding, forgiving, sympathetic. Loving, affectionate, caring. So, these are the synonyms for the given words and about the bit C. Now we will move to the next section. The next section is writing skills. Imagine you are a journalist and you get an appointment to meet the President of India for a few minutes. You want to talk about his childhood days, fond memories of his parents and so on. Write an interview comprising any 4 questions and imaginary answers to them. So children, under this writing skills, the activity given is you have to imagine yourself as a journalist and you get a chance to meet the President of India for a few minutes. Then you have to conduct the interview comprising any 4 questions and you have to write the imaginary answers also to them. Here I have made an example interview. It has 4 questions and it has 4 imaginary answers, and this interview I have written as an example to show you. And this interview is to the President of India, Ramnath Kovind. You can also prepare your own interview comprising any 4 questions and also imaginary answers to them. I will read you the interview here which I have made as an example. 1. Where were you born? And the answer for this question was, I was born on 1st October in 1945 in Paurank village in Uttar Pradesh. And the second question I would ask is, where did you study? And the answer would be, I got my bachelor's degree in commerce and an LLB from Kanpur University. And the third question would be, how many siblings do you have? The answer is, I am the youngest of 5 brothers and 2 sisters. 4. Before being the President of India, what were you doing? And the answer was, I was the Governor of Bihar. So children, this is an example of the interview comprising 4 questions and imaginary answers to them. Like this, you can also prepare an interview with the President of India with your own questions and the answers to those questions. And this is about the writing skills. And now we will move to the next section. Now the second section here is life skill. The next section is the life skill. And here what is given, let's read them. Suppose you were made the President of India for a month. Would you work just for the benefit of your own family and your personal growth, or would think about people known to you or for the benefit of all your countrymen, and in what way? Children, in life skill here the activity is, suppose you were made the President of India for 1 month. Then what would you do? Would you work for the benefit of your own family and personal growth? Children, if you are made President of India for 1 month, what would you do? You would work for your own benefit and for your own family, or would you think about the people known to you or for the benefit of all countrymen? And if you want to do something for the benefit of countrymen, in what way you would do that? So here I have made an example like, if I am made a President of India for 1 month, then what would I do? If I were a president, then I would make awareness programs about democracy and power of a common man. I would launch good welfare schemes for the farmers. I would give more power to media for moral reporting. Reward and recognition for the merit students and for scientists for their valuable research. And encourage society to improve their social awareness and remove caste-based reservation. So if I am made president for 1 month, I would do all these things. I would create programs about democracy and launch good welfare schemes for farmers. I would give more power to media for moral reporting and reward the good students, the merit students and the scientists for their valuable research. And also I would encourage society to improve their social awareness, and I would remove caste-based reservation. Children, you also imagine yourself, if you are given a chance to be made the President of India for 1 month, what would you do? Would you do any benefits for the countrymen, or would you do only the benefits for your own family? Write in the life skill section in your workbook. So this is about the life skill section, and with this we completed the workbook part for the lesson Autobiography of APJ Abdul Kalam.